coach, it can sometimes be extremely overwhelming to determine how you can go about increasing your revenue. But don't fret, don't worry. In today's video, I'm going to share 4 simple hacks that will help you to increase your revenue as a coach this year. As a new coach, a lot of times we are led to believe that we have to show up for every single dollar we earn. And this was probably the biggest myth that prevented me from being able to increase my overall revenue and my intake as a coach. Once I was beyond that, and once I understood that there were other ways to bring in money, it changed everything for me. So I took old webinars that I had taught live and sold those. I took hypnotherapy-like sessions that I had recorded for myself or for clients and then sold those. So I found ways to create passive income where I didn't have to show up all the time. And one of the best ways to create passive income is through an online course, which that automatically has changed my life so much. If you're wanting to learn more about how to create an online course profiting from your passion, use the link below and you'll learn more about that. The second way to increase your overall revenue as a coach is to give a value and to explain it. A lot of times we give value and we tell people cool things that we're doing, but we're not explaining why this matters for them, why this is important for them, or why they should be willing to take that next step. I think we focus so much on the sales, or we focus so much on a catchy name, or we focus on, is it going to be a challenge? Is it going to be a session? We focus on the wrong things when what we really need to be showcasing is the value that this is going to have for our audience. Because when people see what this is going to do for them, the value that this offers for them, then they're more inclined to take that next step. So really being willing to speak about what it is that you have to offer, but more importantly, why someone would want to know that and what this is doing for them. The third strategy is simple yet still kind of complex, and it's raise your prices. The biggest mistake you can make as a new coach is to feel like you have to trade time for money. And what I find with a lot of my new coaching clients is they will say, okay, well, I make $25 an hour in my 9 to 5. So if I can make about $25 every time I'm talking to a client, that'll be great. But that is not something that will serve you in the long run. So be willing to raise your prices knowing that what you're giving people is so valuable. And it's so interesting because a lot of times we think if I raise my price and the people won't come, but trust, you'll connect with the right people. And what I found is the more I embraced raising my prices, the more I connected with people that were willing to pay attention. Because I always say, if you pay attention. And the more you pay, the more attention you pay. So it's so important to embrace that you are the expert, that you have value to bring, and to adjust your prices according to that. Finally, the fourth strategy is to reframe sales. A lot of times when we think of sales, we think of, like, for me, I thought of Matilda's dad and how he was like rolling the miles back on cars and really sketchy and taping things and just doing all of the wrong things as it related to a salesman. And that's what we typically think of. We think of a salesman as someone who is sleazy. But here's the truth. When you sell from the soul, when you sell with passion, what you're doing is actually a service. In fact, if you don't talk about what you have to offer and you don't offer it, then you're actually doing a disservice by playing small. And it serves no one, including yourself, to play small. Just take a brief moment and think about it. If you watched an amazing movie and you were so pumped and excited about it, wouldn't you call your best friend and tell them about it? Wouldn't you post it on social media? If you ate a really good food at a wonderful restaurant, wouldn't you tell someone else about it? It's the same thing. If you know that what you have to offer the world is valuable, you should be screaming from the mountaintops and telling people about it and trusting that your people will come. I think it is so important that we reframe our mindset about sales, because as long as you're resistant to sales, as long as that energy is going to show out and people will be less inclined to take that next step with you. But when you're pumped up, you're excited, and you're ready to tell the world about it, and they see how excited you are and they pick up on that energy, then they're going to also be excited to take that next step with you. The truth is, increasing your profits or your revenue as a coach doesn't need to be complex. But unfortunately, a lot of times I think we can overcomplicate it. But don't worry, you don't have to try to figure this out all alone. I have an amazing opportunity for you. If you use the link below, you can get access to my totally free 3-day Profitable Coach Challenge, where I literally teach you the skills and the strategies you need to increase your profit, to increase your magnetism, and to increase your overall success. So use the link below, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside.